Aim my shell at wounded knee.
What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown Media. My name is Zach from Another Letdown and the This Is Difficult video game podcast. I will be your host this evening. Broody is running a little bit late, so maybe he joins us. Who knows? We'll see. This is the show where I hang out on a Saturday night after I probably should have gone to bed and work on the ridiculous backlog of miniatures I need to paint. It's something I'm very proud of and I'm very good at, so it's like slightly different than some of the rest of our shows, I guess, here on the channel. As with all the shows that we host on the Another Letdown Media channel, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. So, it's just me for now, so I guess I gotta find the right scene here. Watching Paint Dry solo. Here we go. Alright, so last week on the show, I was working on these Red Hood Gang thugs, which, like, the more I stare at them, I'm like, these are really boring. Like, the hood is cool, it looks rad, but there's no face. The detail that they've put on here is like the necktie, which is impossible to get to. And I'm just like really disappointed with them, if I'm being honest. Even last week, do I have them? I can almost get to the ones I was working on last week, but I can't. They're like just barely out of my reach. I guess they were the Harley Quinn gang minions, and I was like, these are really blah, like whatever. And go me, in a feat of excellence, the other minis I have to paint tonight are Mr. Bloom acolytes, and they're incredibly boring also. So, how am I? That sure is a question, Kirk. I'm doing all right. It's been a weird day. Like, I forgot to eat until like 20 minutes ago. So I'm like in a really weird spot.
Darby, where no turtle
But
has gone before.
I don't know. My head's not been on straight today. I had to work at the store. I made my dad cranky by telling him that I'm getting my vaccination next week. Like, that was weird. It's, like I said, it's been a very odd day. But I'm doing the best I can. So the first thing I'm going to do on these is go ahead and patch up some of the mistakes I made on the jacket parts and the necktie. Hopefully we can make that look a little bit better. We'll see. But I did pick up a new board game today, or card game, I guess. It's X-Men Mutant Protocol. Seemed kind of cool. It's Richard Launius, which I love, and it's X-Men, which I like. So, and it seemed like another good use to get some use out of the Crisis Protocol minis. Did I say Crisis Protocol? I meant Mutant Insurrection. I'm an idiot. Like I said, it's been a day. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, come on, camera. God. I guess that's some better. Oh, they did not make painting miniatures in mind when they made these sculpts. Like, who does this? Is it a butcher? Alright, I think that's some better. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I think this guy's probably fine. Although, I guess we'll go ahead and attempt to patch it up right at the top here. It's gonna be really hard to see on camera. I apologize. I haven't given chat the best angle on what I'm doing here. I'm gonna try and lock the camera angle or camera focus.
Technodrome, the final
There we go.
shell shock.
Oh, come on. I think I need a new pot of black. Oh my gosh! Here comes Handelabra with the raid. Right on time, John. Just getting started tonight. Hey, Seamus. How we doing, my friends? Good relevant time today to you as well. Better? It's the guy who was good at pistol shooting. Yeah, I'm still working on them. I wanted to finish these during the week, and things just got out of hand, so I did not. I did not. We're closing in on the end of the mooks, the nameless thugs, the rabble rousers. I've got only a few more. The top tray, as of tonight, the top tray will be done in this game. So I'm really looking forward to having that out of the way and moving on to some more interesting stuff. I've also got, I think I might take a break in between doing the nameless thugs and whatnot and do some Crisis Protocol minis, which is Marvel Comics, just to show some different techniques. I've also got another project I'm working on coming up as well. I just bought the materials I need for that. Where was I? I want to inspect these before I move on. Yeah, okay, that looks fine. Quick double check on this guy. Looking good. Okay, cool. All right. I think the next step. I'm going to go ahead and do the flesh because I know what I'm doing with that. The red helmets, I'm not completely sold on the way I'm doing them at the moment. Oh, that is a satisfying pop. Hurry up and drip! Just going over his fingers here. Need to reset my wipe cloth here. What happened to Broody? He had a thing tonight, and he said he'd be running a little bit late. So presumably he'll be joining us in a little bit. But I was sick of waiting, so I started without him. That's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. I'm sick of these guys. So this is the problem with this set. Some of them just come out weirdly lumpy. And it's the sculpt. It's not the paint. It drives me crazy. Alright. 2 down. What else? What did other people get themselves up to today? I was working all day, so it was pretty boring. What the hell? I mean, well, I shouldn't be complaining. I work at a comic book store, like... A lot of people would kill to have that job. I really should check my privilege here. Some work, house chores, mostly accomplished by robots. XCOM 2 and Spirit Island stream. Nice! We started trying to stream Gears Tactics the other day, John, but that... my computer pooped the bed. It wasn't happy with me. Trying to run Parsec and Slobs and Gears Tactics and everything else. It was just like, no. Yeah, it's pretty new. It came out last year. I love Gears of War, you know that. But one of my followers was watching us play Gears 5. And he's like, "Are you gonna play Tactics?" I'm like, "Come, what is? What now?" And Alex, my Gears partner, is you know Alex, is a very big Tactics or XCOM fan, and he says that Gears Tactics is literally just XCOM 2 or XCOM with a Gears skin. Laser Squid Gears. So we're having a lot of fun with it. Obviously it went very badly because A, first time trying, and B, technical failures. Like all of them. First audio and then... right on. Blastodermis. What is you? You're a base color, I don't want you. Sun Scarlet didn't really work very well last week. Maybe... Wazdacker Red. That's the one I'm looking for. I found it! Oh, really? That's sick. I'm not, like, the biggest Star Trek fan ever. I love it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it. It just it's one of those things that I watch like, oh hey, look, Star Trek is on. But I do have a favorite Next Generation episode, and that is of course Darmok. And the story behind that is, and I've probably told this on the show before. Oh, nice. I've probably told this on the show before. The first day of class. You got it, Kirk. Shaka as the walls fell. My professor in college wheels in a TV, which we have a projector in the room. So we're like, "What are you doing, Karis?" And he goes, "Oh, we're gonna watch a VHS." And we're like, "Okay, this is gonna be great." And he pops in Darmok, and we studied Darmok for like the first week and a half of class. I don't know if it's on Mac or not. I don't think it is. Anyway, so yeah, we watched that, and every class afterward, we would start with my buddy Wes and me standing up, both of us, and very loudly saying Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra, and then beckoning for Professor Karras to continue. That class was so much fun. We learned so much. It was like advanced communications theory or something like that. It was a really good class. He was a great professor too. I really enjoyed his work. See, even the Ninja Turtles agree with me. Oh, is this the Goof Troop soundtrack? I think it might be. Hold on. Oh, it sure is. Awesome. Yeah, that class was amazing. Just all the best people in it too, like classmates that I still talk to on a regular basis. Every time one of us has a birthday, Wes and I still quote that episode of Star Trek to each other on Facebook. Another story from not that class, but another class taught by the same professor. He had a big argument with some kid who was in the Air Force ROTC program, and and the only reason I bring that up is because all I remember about him. Because he decided one day that he would. Or like we were talking about the value of a human life, which is a very odd philosophical thing that, you know, one of those weird tangents you get on in a communications class. And this guy stood up and went around the room and tried to put a dollar value on the head of everybody in the classroom, which enraged Professor Karras so bad that he was like, everybody out, class is dismissed, communication majors stay. And once again, he cooled his jets by watching Star Trek. And it was awesome. All right, I think I'm reasonably okay with this helmet. I think it looks all right. Not over the moon about it, but... yeah, okay. I think it looks fine. Measure of a man. It was, that was a very strange day. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh dear. What have I done? Okay. That seems to have worked. What other stories can I tell? I always tell my students that they can't just ask for a story. It has to come up in conversation organically. But they got a couple of good ones out of me yesterday. Of course, I can't remember what they are now. But yesterday, one of my students... Well, I'll back up. My students were tasked with creating like an advert for the school, like a letterhead sort of thing. And they all, worked really hard. And one of my students, like, used every digital arts trick that I've taught her to put her letterhead together. And because anything at that age, like, it's just a popularity contest at this point, which has always been and is really unfortunate. And the only way you can avoid that is by removing names from papers altogether, which is monumentally difficult, especially when the kids have all had a chance to be like, oh, look, I did this thing. And the kid who won, unfortunately, I think just like downloaded his. He just like went on a Google image search and was like, oh, this one looks cool. I'm going to use this. So my student who worked really hard on hers was quite butthurt about it. And her mom is one of my colleagues. And her sister is a former student, of course. And I walked into their classroom at the end of the day, which, because I'm only in that building once a week, so I like to sort of check in with everybody at the end of the day. And my student's sister was like, hey, you might want to check in. And I'm like, oh gosh, what now? And she said, well, the drawing she submitted was really good and way better than the one that won, and it didn't win because popularity contest. I'm like, yeah, all right. So suffice it to say, to bring her out of a funk, we ended up pranking one of the other teachers, turned her classroom completely upside down. I'm sure I'm going to hear about that one on Friday when I'm back there. But needless to say, that teacher is going to be finding 17s around the classroom for weeks. So the nice thing about the paint that I'm using right now is it fades. So like it goes on really, really heavy, and then it becomes semi-transparent. So a lot of the detail that I feel like I'm losing when I first put it on ends up coming back. So I'm looking at the ones that are finished over here, and they look way better than when I started. And I'm like, oh wow, this is like magic. Da, 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 da. Oh dear, that's probably too much paint. Alright, that one's good. One more. So I did watch the finale of WandaVision last night. I'm not going to spoil anything, because that's not my jam. But I definitely, until I had a conversation with my good friend John this morning, I was like, this... It almost left me cold. And then, like, shout out to John. Like, he's not Migrant Peak. Shout out to Migrant Peak, too, because he's awesome. But my buddy John can always, like, set me straight whenever I'm cranky about a comic book movie. He's just incredibly knowledgeable. And, like, I have a deep wealth of knowledge for comic books, but there are certain corners of both Marvel and DC that I don't know or understand. And we call him Jawa, and he is a brilliant human being. All you chat folks are awesome. But John is especially, John Migrant P in this case, is awesome-er, because he not only lets me blame him for everything, even if it's not his fault, but he also got me started with Greater Than Games, so, in many ways. Personally, I just found WandaVision tedious and not for me at all, but I appreciate the people. Yeah, that's, that was kind of one of my big complaints. Like, I love old TV, and it didn't feel like that, the whole old TV trope thing, paid off quite well enough, to me. It just felt like a waste of time, which was angering. But again, John, my friend John really helped me set the record straight and sort of got me through it. And I understand, like, I don't get the feeling that I'm ever going to watch it again. But I'm not disappointed that I watched it. I am very much looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier in a couple weeks, though. Like, oh my goodness. More Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie. Like, cut the check. Let's go. See what I did there? All right. Yes, I am. Yes. Oh, so I don't know if you know this about me, John. I actually have the entire first volume of What If in floppies. Like, I have all of it. It is one of my favorite comic series of all time. So I'm super stoked about that. Also, it's animated, so that's rad. I've been watching the 90s X-Men show a little bit lately. Very much enjoying it. But I can only, like, funny thing about me with cartoons is I can only watch like one or two episodes at a time before I get like kind of burnt out. I can't binge watch them. Yeah. No, there's some really good ones. Yeah, there you go. There's some really, really good ones, really fun what if stories. All right, so I need to decide how to do the tuxedo without making it exactly the same as the Harley Quinn gang. And I really don't know. But I have an idea. Consult the Citadel Color app. I really wish I could pipeline my phone into the computer so you could see what I'm doing. Powder blue for Red Hood gang? That doesn't make any sense at all. Although I love it. They're suggesting Eshin Gray, which I don't think I have. And I should have looked at this morning when I was at the store, because I could have bought it. Bugger. I could go right for the... Just jump right to Dawnstone. Weird. Because the last one I did just by dry brushing a gray over the top of it. And I was like more or less dissatisfied with the results. Like I wasn't thrilled with them. So I'm like weighing a bunch of options here. I'm gonna try a thing. This may work, it may not. Fortunately, black is very easy to repair. Oh, that's Skaven Blight Dinge. That might actually work though. I'm gonna go for it. In the absence of Eshin Grey, I do have Skaven Blight Dinge, which has a little bit of brown. It's dark gray with a little bit of brown in it, and I think it'll work. I'm just going to hit the edges here. I've tweed with elbow patches. I don't know if this is working at all. This is for Batman Gotham City Chronicles. Yeah, I haven't got a chance to play this one, mostly because of my general refusal to play a game that's not painted. So I don't really know, but I backed it because it had a ton of cool Batman minis for a at the time, unbeatable price. Hey, Kirk. Welcome back. Here. Can't really tell if I'm actually making any progress. Which, in retrospect, is actually kind of good. So I'm just like highlighting it. Hey, Cult of Gloom! And hey, Brett! Honestly, I have been so busy trying to get my recertification paperwork handled. As soon as my recertification is done, which will be within the month, then I'll dive in on the 3D printer. But like, I honestly, I can't even think about it right now. I've done some rapid prototyping on the school printer, but I haven't done any finished product stuff. I can show you that if you give me 1 second. Take care, John. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the raid, man. Yep, just busy. But I'll show you, yeah, hang on 1 second. If I hyperextend my shoulder... Oh dear. That's not going to work. Give me a moment. Go the other way. I'm doing this blind. No, it's close though. There he is. Got him. All right. So I did this guy, which is way bigger than I wanted to be. It's done with a filament printer, so the arm's all janked up. But this is Mega Man. This is Zero. I'm really happy with the sculpt that I found. So I'm just working on getting the right scale, and then I will print it up in the standard size that you're used to seeing from me. Yeah, so that's what's new for me in the 3D printing world. And just a bunch of little rapid prototyping things, because that only took like 2 hours, where the projected time on the Anycubic is going to be significantly longer than that. So. Yeah, I found a couple actually. So I found that one, and I also found the one you sent me. I think you sent it to me, or maybe it was a website you sent me. I'm not sure, but there was one really cool X games, X Series 0, that I will also be printing at some point. The project we're working on, that we talked about it last night on Trapped in Arkham. We're adapting a whole bunch of characters from a bunch of different systems and a bunch of different sources to Adventures Universal Game System. It's just like a weird little homebrew project that we've tasked ourselves with, and obviously don't stand to make any money at. We're just doing it for our own amusement. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm working on that with Chamali and Broody and Speedy Olrak and Adam, and just, it's kind of just our Discord project. It's been a lot of fun. All right, I think I'm liking that a lot better. Just put down a little bit of edging before I do the dry brush, and I think that'll help make these a little bit different than the Harley minis, the Harley gang. It also frustrates. Okay, so I'm going to register a complaint with the minis that I'm painting right now, is that there are woefully, non-males are woefully underrepresented in the sculpts. And that makes me sad. Not that I want there to be any bad guys. I realize I'm saying that about mooks and villains, but oh well. It is what it is. I guess on some level it's a reflection of the comics themselves, right? Most of the thugs that Batman beats up are male. So we played issue 3 of the Guys in Wonderland Sentinel Comics RPG game the other day, and it went wonderfully. my niece did something, and I'll talk more about this on the podcast when that gets released. Trevor and I are recording next very soon. She did something that I've only ever seen done once before in the 5+ years that I've been playing Sentinel Comics RPG. So that was really cool watching her get creative in that way. She's been doing a really good job with that. This being her first RPG experience. That was too much. It's too much, Bob. This guy's name is Bob now. Yeah, it's sorry, I'm kind of droning tonight, Cult of Gloom. Yeah, it's been going great. We're 3 issues in, and everybody seems to be enjoying themselves, so I guess that's the most important part, right? Has anyone got their head cut off? No, but Big Bad Who Shall Remain Nameless, it's misinformation, has definitely threatened to take their heads off. Uh-oh. Oh, all right. Off with their heads! They have discovered that the illusion is breaking down slightly, which is interesting. RPD and I figured out what, like, actually, well, RPD and the English teacher I work with and I figured out what, how the final, like, climactic battle is going to go down in issue 6. But in the meantime, they've got to take on the Walrus and the Carpenter and the Tweedles and the Mock Turtle in issue 4. You should run a Transformers campaign. That would be dope. Adam said to me the other day that he doesn't think that he will ever need a game system that is not Sentinel Comics RPG, or a RPG system, and he does not think he'll ever need a combat miniatures game other than AUGS, and I'm inclined to agree with him. Those two products are bomb. In other news, you just do a series of double bluffs, so you think it's ambuscade, but it's really a glamour illusion, but glamour is only really a flesh child, but the flesh child is really some misinformation reality bending, so it's been Madame Mittermeier Hall of Mirrors. No, what's going to happen at the end is they're going to... So, misinformation has been after... she's trying to get her hands on, like, high-powered artifacts so that she can basically eliminate the freedom, or the Sentinels of Freedom from the world. Or just create a world that doesn't have them. And she knows that Guise has the Philosopher's Stone. Don't ask how. So she's trying to steal it from him. But she also knows that one of the player characters has a cosmic bow that would also be very powerful. And she has captured Alice, actual Alice, to aid in that plot in some way, basically luring Legacy to a place where she can then trigger all these artifacts all at once and eliminate Legacy from the field. And in so doing, she's turned Alice into the White Queen, but the White Queen is just like a thrall of the Red Queen, the Red Queen being played by Misinformation. And she did not really expect guys to hang around, much less have the neighborhood watch with him. Or these two other heroes who weren't supposed to be here at all. Oh, Pool Shark has had several very cool moments. Basically, the way I'm running it is because I only have 2-player characters. Hedgelord and Pool Shark are kind of just in their control. They can be like, oh, hey, Hedgelord, I need you to go set this thing on fire, or Pool Shark, I need you to go play pool, and they will just kind of attempt to do whatever the player characters want them to do, in the same vein as Lieutenant. In fact, that's how I'm rolling them. They're just D10 lieutenants, but my kiddos don't know that. And Pool Shark had an amazing moment in the one of the Legend of Zelda bits from issue 3, where he basically they told him to do a thing, gave him a boost, and then he rolled a 10, and it was unbelievable. And Shark, play pool. There's another great moment where Hedgelord's propane tank, or flammable weed killer tank, jammed, and as a result, it set up Blink, my niece's character, to do something absolutely amazing. And I'm not gonna talk about it right now because we're gonna talk about it on the podcast, and you'll just have to listen to that. But yeah. Whoa! Phone's blowing up. Literally exploding. Brand new phone. Shouldn't do that. It's not supposed to do that. That's bad. That's real bad. Don't do that. Yes, D12 lieutenants are terrifying, but they are easily dealt with, as Candace and I found out in Valoresque. You hinder the crap out of them. This moment brought to you by Learning and Growing. Yeah, you also hit him for 24, casually. What's the name of that red ability where you can just like I mean, I know it as the Omni Cannon, but I don't know what it's actually called. At our table at the store, we just refer to that as an Omni Blast, no matter who's using it. It might be just Charged Up Blast. Final Wrath or Charge Up. Yeah. Great minds, Cult of Gloom. Great minds. In our final issue, the environment kept boosting me with the allies we've made along the way. Oh my god. Oh, it is definitely one. Yeah. Charged Up Blast, definitely one of the bigger red zone abilities. I think Neurosonic might have something similar to that. It's not exactly that, but... Oh, look, I've got his character sheet open. Give me 1 second. Do for that layer. It didn't work exactly the way I'd planned, but it'll hold. I'm alright with it. Yeah, let me quick look at Neurosonic's character sheet. Where is he? Here he is. Yeah, I have an ability called Mega Distortion. It's an attack using my Sonic power and at least one bonus. Max min, destroy all bonuses after adding them to that one attack. Paragon feat, overcome using max plus min, boost all heroes with mid, which is also yeah. I think the character that Greg plays in our Wednesday night game is supposed to have something like that, but he never uses it because it's Greg and he's a Bonzi buddy. Really, all Sean the Marine ever does is big dumb speech. If I'm at all interested in XCOM, go on. Not really my jam, but you know. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, really the only reason that I play games like that, I mean, I like them, but I don't, you know, I'm not over the moon about them, is, oh wow, 40 for the whole thing, that's pretty cool. No, I mean, the only reason I'm playing Gears Tactics is because it's Gears, and same with Sentinels of Freedom, is like, I like it, it's fine. It's not, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to play it, but that's a good bargain. $40 for all the XCOM. That's really dope. I just had a player use the throw minion ability for 4 sessions in a row and they had a blast. Nice. Yeah, I think Forest Ranger has that. Oh dear. Final highlight code on the hands here. There we go. Uh-oh. I just realized I have a staff meeting on Monday. Blech. The worst. And a remote day on Tuesday. Oh, this week is miserable. And my wife's going away out of town for a funeral. Like, this week is gonna be misery. I might have to stream like Tuesday or something, just to be like, ah. Take some anger out on some 30XX or something. Well, thank you, Kirk. Appreciate that. No, I mean, I'm. It's like the epitome of first world problems, right? Like, I'm employed, so there's that. I guess, like, that's the positive that, you know, I'll take the staff meeting just to remain employed. And remote day means, you know, one less day we have to go in the summer. So, like, there's that. I don't know. I'm like, it's not the end. It's definitely first world problems. That can be very easily mitigated by extra streaming. All right, I'm going to give a quick dry brush to the helmet piece here. And it's going to be... Where's my red dry brush? I think I have a red dry. Somewhere. Where is you? Oh my gosh. What is you? Yes? No. Oh, this GT's kombucha is very good. This, not a sponsor, but Dave, let's talk. I'm drinking Cosmic Cranberry tonight, and it is so good. I just bought more of it for later on in the week. I can't find the red dry brush. The new SFB rulebook? Shirt flag battles? I don't know what SFB is. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Because there's also that possibility. Where the hell is my red dry brush? I swear I had one. Plastic wrap. What's this? Kindle flame. No. No, that's purple. There was at one point an organization to my... Oh, Starfleet. Oh, really? Oh my god. Yeah, I definitely thought that game was dead. That explains why I didn't recognize the acronym. I never played it myself, but I have seen it played. And it looked pretty dope, I must say. Huh. Well, I was going to give these a red dry brush, but I can't... Oh, wait, here. Ha! Astrath Red, I found it. That's Star Trek Attack Wing, Cult of Gloom, yeah. Bust out my special dry brush that I only use for red because, as you can see, it's very red. Oh my god, that is super liquidy. Starfleet Battles is a nightmare of bookkeeping, and I love it for that. Well, that's fair. To each his own, Captain. I'm an incredibly disorganized human being, as you just saw. Hey, Chamali! No Broody at the moment. I can't find him. He is not responding to my call. Oh my god, diplomacy so good. Okay, maybe I stand corrected. I love diplomacy. That was one of my introductions to the tabletop gaming hobby. That along with Twilight Imperium. And a little game called Scrawl, which was really cool. It's about Vikings in space Vikings. And I adored that game. That was the first game I ever demoed for the company. It came out at Gen Con in 2004. And my buddy went and he picked it up and he brought home a copy and we played the snot out of it. No, he had some people he was hanging out with, I guess, today. And he wasn't sure if they would be gone by go time or not. Apparently, just on my own tonight. And I'm okay with that. It's fine. But Scrawl was a little bit of an odd thing because it didn't have any artwork. It almost looked unfinished. It felt unfinished. So I took it, or I demoed it a bunch in college, and then I I brought it to Gen Con my first year, and we demoed it for Paul Bender, and I've seen Paul very excited about a lot of things, but I've never seen him quite as excited as when I was demoing Vikings in space for him. He wanted to, get the rights and produce it properly, and I was like, dude, one step at a time. I barely know you at this point. I'd known him for a year. But my buddy Doug and I have been, lawyer Doug and I have been quietly working on it over the past few years to try and get it ready to republish. And we'll see if we can make that happen, because it's a really cool game. I don't know if it would be greater than games to do it, but it would be pretty cool if that were a thing we could do. Oh dear. Slopped a lot of this. Did I grab the right one? I didn't. I guess I did. Hey, chat. Feel like keeping a secret? If y'all are good, I'll show you what I got for Broody for his birthday. Since he's not here. That's really morbid and creepy, Kirk. Look at the inside of his arm, though. How many thugs have I got left? I have to finish these guys. Then I've got the Mr. Bloom acolytes. And then I've got a bunch of Joker thugs. And then I'm done with thugs. So here, check this out. I got this for Broody for his birthday coming up. And it's very appropriate because his birthday is May 4th. It's a special edition Luke Skywalker for Star Wars Legion. I can't wait to give it to him. That is the special edition, Kirk, yeah. Full disclosure, I bought 2 of them. I bought one for myself too. I intend to do that. You cannot make his head modular though, or at least not fully modular. Important people never wear helmets. Well, they do when they're piloting snow speeders. Helmets are hardly heroic. Yep, that came out well. Well enough anyway. Cool. 2 more, then we'll do buttons, and we'll do the gun, and these guys will be all set. Worst 40k experience. Oh, hold on. I want to read this properly. Uh, 6v6 apocalypse game where my side went second and my entire section of the army died in the enemy's. Oh, that's horrible. I played a lot of 40k when I was in high school. We actually, we used to play Apocalypse before Apocalypse existed. We had all kinds of homebrewed rules that actually ended up being frighteningly similar to the actual Apocalypse rules, which was really cool. And we didn't, share those rules with anybody, so it wasn't, infringement or anything. We weren't upset about it. We were like, oh, cool, the stuff we've been doing for 3 years is, now, properly part of the game. That's rad. But I don't think we ever had something like that happen, and that's really unfortunate, man. Cult of Gloom, I'm inclined to believe you are just slightly younger than me. Yes, I'm almost 33. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I will be 33 next month, so there you go. Actually, if I'm not mistaken. We will actually be celebrating my birthday on this stream, which will be very cool. Yeah. Alright, I don't like this guy quite as much as the other two, but that's fine. Like, these guys are just thugs. We can handle them being not perfect. It's the named characters that we want to have be good. Or be the best possible. Alright, let me just check the bases, make sure I got all the... We're gonna patch up the bases a little bit before we call these guys done. But I'm very happy with them. Like, they look good, I think. Oh, maybe they don't. I don't know. May have gone too heavy with the dry brush. Now I'm upset. You think they look good? Alright, cool. Oh, right, I was going to do the guns. Derp. That's why we double check everything. Where's Iron Breaker? There it is. Need to invest in some Necron compound, which is a metallic dry. That's largely what I use on these more modern guns. But Ironbreaker seems to work okay as well. All right. I think that looks pretty all right. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry, I'm looking some stuff up real quick. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so I wanted to quickly patch up the bases, and then we'll call these guys good. Alright, man. Have a good night, Brian. I'm not going to be on for too much longer, I don't think. I'm going to try and windmill slam through the Mr. Bloom guys, because they're stupid easy. But after that, I think we're going to call it. Oh, there we go. Finally got some black out of this. down. Two. I think I might have already done this once, but it's like, might as well do it again. Three. Last one. Still playing Sentinels, huh, Kirk? Yeah. It's a good call. It's a good call. I support that decision. Oh, there it is. Sorry. There. Now I found all the caps to my brushes again. I'm trying to rescue this black pot. I apologize. This is bad. Bad video. And you're just sitting here picking at a can with a knife and looking down and not paying any attention to anything. Blink. My brother Marcel. You know my friend Philippe. He paint the miniature. And he gets frustrated with paint can. One day I go visit him at the Games Workshop store. And he looks straight down. He don't look at me. And I'd say, Philippe, why you do that? And he'd say, my brother Marcel, he jammed the paint can. Also, how's it going, Blink? How you doing? Yo, we gonna play some Sentinels tomorrow? Is that the plan? Almost got this fixed. I want this can to work again. I'll show you what... So, the Citadel paint pots... I'm gonna move this miniature so I don't slop paint all over them. These Citadel paint pots get like this weird buildup of paint behind them. So every now and again I have to go through, especially the base colors, and like chisel it out. It's really freaking frustrating. It's intended to, Blink. There's a series of I'm well aware that it's real bad. There's a series of comedy records from Maine called Bert and I. They're basically not available anywhere. They're not on iTunes or Spotify or anything like that. You have to go download, or you have to go buy them from the source. And they do these hysterical sketches about this guy Roger, who is a bush pilot in and out of Quebec, and that's what he sounds like in the sketch. And that's, I threw that in there just because for lack of something else to put in, because I can always kind of just do that. I can turn that accent on just kind of anytime I want. Much like the Tommy Wiseau voice. I turn that accent on anytime, Mark. Penny pot fixed. I did it. Maybe Abaddon Black will last a little bit longer. Alright. Red Hood minions. Set. They're done. I fixed them. I did them. I think they look alright. And next up. Female one. I will do the Mr. Bloom duders. These guys are going to be ridiculously easy. It's just gray, rotting flesh, and brown. Oh, I'm not on camera. Gray, rotting flesh, and brown. That's it. That's all these guys are. So I'm hoping I can be able to do these, you know, within the, within tonight. Just, you know, start to finish. Let's go. Yeah. Drink first. Hydrate, right? Hydrate. I didn't know you were Canadian, Blake. I spent a lot of time in Canada. Or just yeah, I have a stream at 6. I mean, pretty much any time throughout the day. Like, I don't want to do too many games because, like, I have to play it for 2 hours later on in the day, and too much Sentinels can kind of wear on me. The amount of time that I've put into it. But you know, if there was a time that works for you, like I'll be up by 9 at the latest. And then anytime after that, I'm pretty much free. I think Chamali wants to play some Outriders at some point tomorrow, but I don't know, just pick a time. I'll join you. What works for you, my dude? Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Alright. That's very fair. Alright, so I'm going gray for his body. And then we'll hit it with Nuln Oil. And then some dry brushes, and we'll be good for that part. Oh, right. Chamali's still here. I forgot about that. Sup, dude? No, that's perfectly fine. I mean, it's exactly the kind of thing we talked about when we were doing the production meeting for This Is Difficult. It's like, we need to be present in each other's streams. It's just... I can do an actual... Like, I can speak French. Like, that is a thing that I can do. I'm not great at it, but... I studied it for 9 years. I think I'd be pretty okay at it. Although the thing that I say the most often these days is "J'ai un petit pamplemousse dans mes colons," which is a phrase that my buddy Nate and I made up in high school when we had no idea what was going on. We'd just drop that phrase, and it would annoy the teacher. Nate and I were very good at annoying that teacher. Oh, she was annoying to us too, or she annoyed us too. So I have a small grapefruit in my pantyhose. C'est fromage instead of c'est dommage. Yeah. Another one of my favorites is Il pleut comme une vache qui pisse, which is the French equivalent of It's Raining Cats and Dogs, but literally translates as it's raining as much as a cow can piss. C'est fromage, no. I got really into French cinema when I was just out of high school, but like bad French cinema. So I have copies kicking around somewhere of it's Jesus, yeah. I have copies of Les Bronzés Trois and Les Onze Commandements, which are very dumb French movies. Les Onze remains one of my favorite things to watch when I'm just like blue. It's pretty much just Jackass French or Jackass France, with a plot, or with a loose plot. It's really dumb. I got so I visited France when I was in 12th grade, and that was the trip where I learned that I get ridiculously homesick. It was bad. It was really, really bad. And the things that got me through were... Why am I not using the paint handle? I'm an idiot. That explains why my hand's killing me. The things that got me through were a rare Green Day record that I found in Paris, a copy of Year of the Spider by the band Cold, and the movie Underworld with Kate Beckinsale. Nice. My favorite story from the France trip was my buddy got in the strange habit of responding to things like, where is so-and-so? By saying Spain. And Spain and France are quite close together. So when our French teacher asked, "Où est Brad?" Nathan immediately goes, "Spain!" Our French teacher goes, "Brad went to Spain?" And Nathan goes, "No. No. That's not a thing." I had to hastily backtrack. It was funny in the moment. But that was also the day that our entire class showed up to school hungover, because the drinking laws are slightly different in France, and the three of us who did not go to the bar that night were being complete assholes to them, because we weren't hungover and we were having the time of our lives just messing with idiots. That trip was the first time. That was the first time I noticed that when I learned what depression was. Hey everybody, look who's here. Can't quite hear him yet. There we go.
Hello? There you go.
How's it going, man?
It is going good. Busy day today. I am a bit exhausted.
God, for real, dude. I was just telling the story of my trip to France when I learned what the word depression meant. I got incredibly homesick and quite depressed. And the things that got me through were a couple of dumb CDs and a bad Kate Beckinsale movie.
Which one?
Underworld. Which is also a great movie, and I will hear no arguments against it, but it's also a really trash movie.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like fun B movies that like aren't great, but they're fun and enjoyable.
Yeah. My first time on a plane, Mirabel to Zurich as a 15-year-old, and I was on my own. Hard to see that happening these days. Yeah, for real. But no, I will never regret going to France. It was amazing, and like, allez les verts, go the green. Saint Etienne remains my team, and that was the first, I just clarified it, Chamali. Come on. The Underworld movies are amazing. They're rad. But it is not high-quality film. It's just good movie. Good entertainment. There you go.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Underworld winning any Oscars. Not that the Oscars are a good barometer of that anymore anyway, but that's a whole other conversation for another day. I freaking love the Underworld movies. Like, they are so good. And I enjoy them so much.
Yeah, I got up early this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Started smoking a pork shoulder.
Ooh, so good.
Yeah, for dinner for company coming over.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up playing the Sentinel Comics RPG. I DM'd for them.
Oh, sick. Just the starter kit, or?
And then we ended up chatting for a while, and then it just kind of... Like, I didn't want to, like, just completely, like, kick them out, but it was like,
right.
Please. Need to get going.
Yeah.
But everyone had fun, so...
There you go. That's what matters. And I can always hold down the fort here if you're running a little late. That's not a big deal. I finished the Red Hood guys.
Oh, nice.
And we're just working on Mr. Bloom minions now. I used to see most of the movies that came out, and I could always tell which one would win the Oscar for Best Picture. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it was invariably the one I didn't see. Yeah, my Oscar predictions used to be like when I was in film school, were uncanny. Like, nobody could touch me. 3 years running, I won the stupid chocolate bunny, which was the giveaway prize that our professor gave us. But yeah, nowadays I'm just like so out of touch with things. I'm like, I don't care anymore. The Oscars are a dead institution.
Are you out of touch with things, or are they out of touch with things?
That's a good question, to which I do not know the answer. I presume that they are the ones out of touch because that's just the way of things, but... Who knows? Maybe what I know is just out of line at this point. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, Broody.
Yeah.
Chat has seen your birthday present.
Oh, have they?
They have. So you can try and extort people if you want to.
Nah.
Well, okay, Blink arrived late and has not, but but Captain Kirk has and Chamali has, and I think Cult of Gloom Brian has. I had some time today at the store because it was a flush with customers, and that meant I had the opportunity to do a little bit of digging around, and I was like, oh, this is a thing, and that's when I texted you to ask when your birthday was.
Yeah. I figured something like that was up when I got that text.
Yeah.
It's always a fun one.
Yeah.
Yes, my birthday is National Star Wars Day.
Which I'm super jealous about. That's
Yeah.
freaking amazing. But at the same time, it means you're exactly 1 month younger than me.
June 4th? April 4th. I can math.
I'm April 3rd, but because there's only 30 days in April,
Yeah.
it works out to a month. And I was telling chat that assuming my sister doesn't plan shenanigans, we'll be celebrating my birthday here on the show
Nice.
in a month, and that'll be fun. And no, I'm not painting another cake, Blink. Or maybe it was RPD that made that joke. I don't remember. Okay, that's probably RPD then. Might have been Kirk. I don't know. Could have been any number of people. My brains is fried, yo. After
So I ended up running my company through the clone adventure.
Oh, cool. The Conspiracy of Clones.
Yeah. Which was entertaining, and we didn't quite get to the final boss fight,
Okay.
but we did the first two scenes,
Nice.
and it was hilarious. Ended up just using like the pre-gen characters, like the Daybreaker Freedom 5 from the starter kit,
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to get all of the character creation and all the other stuff done in a single night type thing. At one point in time, the person playing Rockstar decided to try and use her mastery of hair to appease the giant, angry, tangled knot things.
That seems strong. Question mark?
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to, at that point in time, I was just like, it's late, and shenanigans can be ensued, so,
Yeah.
he rolled and got really high, and I was like, burn your collection. And I was like, okay, you have, they've tamed down a bit, and they're not attacking you.
Oh my god.
You killed the beast because you, succeeded and overcome, supremely.
That's awesome. Well, my players did the Mad Tea Party and the Queen's Croquet Ground this week in the Guys in Wonderland story. I was talking about it earlier in the show. Most of the details I'm going to keep G14 classified for the podcast, but I will say my niece just had an awesome interaction with Hedgelord.
Nice.
It was really cool. And finally being able to show the girls what Pool Shark looks like made them interact with him so much better.
Yeah.
I'm just got to cajole Adam into sharing the Hedgelord art with me. Or better yet, with us, because everybody deserves to see Hedgelord. Blink says he is 1 month after and many years before you. In terms of birthday, Mike. So I did buy X-Men Mutant Insurrection.
Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't busted it open yet, but my buddy says it's different enough from Elder Sign. And the comparison to Elder Sign is really just Dice Tower being butthurt.
Which one's Elder Sign at? There are so many of those Elder and Eldritch signs and horrors and blah, blah, blah that I always get them confused.
It's the sort of lighter fare one, it's like a dice chucker.
Like the Yahtzee one?
The Yahtzee one, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I don't have my own Discord, Blink, so because I can't afford to have students joining it. So there currently isn't a command for that. But I might have it go to Paul's at some point, because that's a public Discord. Or I might have it go to Adam's also, because that one's 18 plus. Okay. Dash fine.
So I'm painting Ivan Versio from Battlefront 2.
Oh, cool.
And it comes with a little robot.
That's cute.
It didn't come with like the little like floaty stand for the robot, so I just had to like glue him to the base.
Oh, I wish you'd asked. I have so many of those. I have a billion flight sticks kicking around. I ordered a ton from Games Workshop back in the day because I was building an entire Jump Marine chapter.
And like for the like ARC Troopers and Mandalorians, Fantasy Flight sent a whole bunch of them.
Yep.
And I don't know what I did with my extras.
Oh no.
I dug around trying to find them, but couldn't find them. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. So, Cult of Gloom asked me earlier in the chat how many more mooks I have to paint. I'm almost done, yeah. Broody.
What?
I'm almost done with mooks.
Good job.
Like, by mid-April, I would say we're probably going to be done, possibly before that, we will be done with the general just jerk faces and moving on to named characters. So I'm very excited to get to that point.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Which also means I timed everything right, because it means that by the time I'm finished with villains, it'll be time to prime the it'll be the weather will be appropriate enough for me to prime the heroes.
Good.
Yeah. And I did just pick up a can of Gracier also, so I can do the gate markers for Arkham.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Not looking at Twitch at the moment, but I can. Christmas. Oh, that'll work. Oh my god.
What's up?
Captain Kirk, I played 8 cards in 1 turn.
In what? Sentinels?
Yeah.
As Tachyon?
I have no idea. Setback, I think, was the last I saw.
Trying to think of how Setback got 8 card plays in the turn.
I don't know. It seems like a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, gotcha, Kirk. Okay.
So I've been a bit behind in my Sentinels bits.
Oh, really?
On the digital version, I haven't finished getting all the variants for the Oblivion heroes.
Oh my god, okay.
So I went back like this week and managed to get the Black Spot La Commodora. And who was the other one? Akashi Buddha. Thria.
Oh,
I managed to
okay.
get hers as well. And it involved shenanigans, but it was fun. And trickery, trying to like manipulate the setup to try and make it useful.
Yeah.
I got very close to losing for La Commodora.
Mm-hmm.
So managed to eke out a win against Ambuscade and the Time Cataclysm.
Right on. I mean, I love. So I got to be honest. I love a close ambuscade game.
Mm-hmm.
Just really nothing
Yeah,
like it.
the first, like, I enjoy Ambuscade because at times it's like you can stomp him, but at other times like he could completely crush you.
Yeah.
And the first game when I was trying to do the Akash Thria,
Yep.
I was running like Akash Thria, Argent Adept, Scholar, Doctor Medico, just to get as much healing as possible. For Akash to get her down to 9 HP and then back up to full.
Yeah.
And win. And like it wasn't even like it was just a tedium. There was like no chance whatsoever of Ambuscade being a threat the entire game. It was just me going through the motions trying to like get the unlock condition, and it was kind of boring. But
Yeah.
for La Commodora, that one was a little bit closer because he started out with the cloaking device as one of his starting devices.
You know,
And then
like you do.
I had Argent Adept in that one as well to aid in card draw
Yeah.
for La Commodora. And like he immediately just started getting wailed on while we were still essentially trying to do a bunch of setup.
Yeah. So I, being a streamer for Handelabra, I just like have everything unlocked. I don't try to force it or try to earn it. So I don't even know the unlock conditions for most of them. Andy tried to pick my brain about it, I think 2 Gen Cons ago. I'm like, dude, I have no idea how to unlock any of the stuff. I'm sorry.
It's fun.
Oh, no doubt. Like,
But,
you know, before I was streaming for
it can be
Handelabra, I
cool.
used to do it, but
like the Gloomweaver one, the Gloomweaver and Agent of Gloomweaver Spite
yep.
were just stupid because even online, like you used to be able to like look up what the conditions were.
Yep.
Like once someone discovered it, but like for the longest time they only had like the one condition on the Spite, but not the one for Gloomweaver. And yeah, I remember like not ever being able to figure that one out because it was locked for like a year. I'm like, someone's had to have unlocked it by now, and they just like never updated it. I ended up just like that was the only one that I ended up using the unlock code on.
Yeah.
Which then because using the unlock code prevents me from unlocking naturally the completionist guys. Like prior to completionist guys even being created in the card game, much less in the video game.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is kind of malarkey.
Yeah. Could use some
I
malarkey.
I can't even do the scenario or like try and complete the unlock condition even after unlocking it to like trigger the completionist guys. I've completely ruined my chances of getting it naturally.
Right. Captain Kirk does point out that completionist guys does have more content if you click the unlock button than if you don't.
Sorry, what?
Captain Kirk points out that if you click the unlock button, completionist guys actually has more content than if you don't.
What? That's confusing.
Yeah.
How?
You can unlock completionist guys the normal way if you meet the condition to unlock gloomy and trigger completionist. You 100% can. I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Because like the normal one says like unlock everything, like
Right.
complete all of the story missions, and then do something like Santa Guys thing.
Oh! Apparently the unlock button doesn't actually shut you out. It's just having all the achievements. Well, I guess that requires that we put up the learning and growing GIF. Thank you for that, Kirk. I'm actually really fond of these guys. I think they're coming out great. I remember this coming up, and my group P confirmed it after the unlock condition was discovered. Oh, cool. So I played a bunch more 30XX this week.
And how'd that go?
I'm getting better at it. I'm pleased to report. I can pretty much I can consistently get through the first boss and up to the second boss, and that's where I usually die. But that's improvement. I did hard audible into maining Nina. Because she's just so much easier than Ace.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm enjoying the crap out of it, and that's what matters.
I am pleased with this decision.
Go
To add
on.
some variation, instead of like the normal color being her suit's pretty much all solid black, I used the black gray for like the soft parts.
Yep.
And the solid black for the armor.
Yeah.
So there's at least some variation.
That's actually exactly what I did with the Red Hood gang. I used, I just left the black, but then I highlighted it with a dark gray before I did the dry brush, which makes it A, distinctly different from the Harley Quinn minis, which I just went right for the dry brush on, and B, gives it a little bit more definition and variance. One of my cats must have made a poop. My office is like the litter box is right outside my office, which in retrospect may not have been the best place to put it. Do-do-do. So after you left yesterday, Broody, I did announce to the chat. First of all, we went over. We showed off the homebrew stuff we've been working on.
Okay.
Just sort of, hey, like, check out this thing. We're working on it. It's coming soon to the stream. But then I also just kind of casually at the end of the stream, because I was excited about it, announced that I have my first COVID vaccination shot scheduled for next Saturday, which is very exciting. Mm-hmm. And as a result, I called Alex and Sammy today, and we're going to resume the Forgotten Age, April 17th. I'm so excited.
It's a fun campaign.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Like, I get people complaining a bit that it's really difficult, because it is.
But as it should be. I mean, at that point, like, if you're playing them chronologically, you've played through 4 campaigns at this point. You should be, pretty well seasoned,
I think that was the 4th campaign. It was Night of the Zealot, which is the short, 3-parter.
Right. Yes.
Dunwich and Carcosa, and then Forgotten Age.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yeah, you're on your 4th campaign by that point in time, yeah.
You should be, well versed enough with it that you're like, oh yeah, I can handle this. It's fine.
Yes and no. There are parts of Forgotten Age that are difficult just to be difficult.
Yeah, that's true.
And not in a way that you can prepare for or be ready for.
Ants.
Yeah.
The ants are awful. So what we're talking about, folks, is the 4th Arkham Horror campaign series. LCG. It's called The Forgotten Age. It's really good. It's very hard. It's very hard. Oh my god, it's very hard. But it's so much fun.
I was about to say, I was just chatting on the Global Arkham Facebook group. Someone just posted a podcast that they were doing, where they deep dive into a card and discuss uses and other things like that. And the first card that people picked was the Empower Self card.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this card, and I don't understand why people aren't liking this. Obviously it doesn't fit in every deck.
Yeah.
Type thing. But when you're Father Mateo and you get to start with 5 experience, spending 2 of it to get the 3 upgraded cards for that, where it's I can just exhaust this if I have the right one out to get a +2 agility.
Right.
Forgotten Age, that's huge. Because for him, that makes him a testing at a 5 base.
Yeah.
And then there's also one, it's one for the 3 sets that aren't willpower. So you pay 2 experience and you get all 3 of them. If you can get that, get the cards and put them into play, they're incredibly crucial.
Right.
And I've been getting great mileage out of them from scenario 1.
Yeah. So I'm playing as Tommy Muldoon in that one. And then we've got...
Tommy is awesome.
We got Silas.
Silas is also great.
Yeah. Akachi. And I don't remember who else. But yeah, I don't remember who Mike Fitz is playing. But we are just having an absolute ball. And now that all this is starting to wind down, and at least 2 of the 4 of us have, will have been vaccinated, if not more, based on the super vaccination events that are going down. I'm excited to get back to it. And so that's April 17th, but I will literally come right from there to here.
Nice.
And I'll give you the full rundown of what went down. The battle report, as it were.
What scenario did you make it to?
We got exactly halfway through.
Okay.
Which I know doesn't help a whole lot, but I don't know what they're called off the top of my head.
No, that's fine. So you got to you finished scenario 4.
Yes. And we have Ichitaka.
Okay.
Or more specifically, Sammy has Ichitaka.
Yep.
Who he has decided is Akachi's wife.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm remembering correctly, Tommy's like my build for Tommy is just get Becky into play, go bananas.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I built him when I played him. Like, it was a super Voltron style deck that was just like everything revolved around getting Becky ASAP.
Yeah, exactly.
And once you get Becky, it was like just run amok.
Yeah.
But for anyone in the chat, if you didn't understand, like the terminology, Voltron is a deck archetype from Magic the Gathering where you have like a key card that is the focal point, and you do whatever you can to buff that card.
Yeah.
So that is what I ended up doing, was finding Becky with search cards.
Becky is Tommy Muldoon's gun, by the way. It's signature weapon.
So his signature ability is each time an asset with health or sanity gets defeated, you can gain that many resources based on however much damage and sanity it had.
Which turns directly into ammo for the gun.
Yeah, Becky lets you turn it into ammo instead of resources. So it's really powerful and lets you nigh infinitely shoot things.
Yep. Old Tommy Muldoon. We were comparing him, like when he first came out, Sammy had beef. Sammy was like, this character is just strictly better than Roland Banks, who was the first blue character. It's 5 different colors in Arkham card game. And I was like, yeah, you're right, the power creep is kind of like absurd in this game, but
It would be strictly better because you can't get clues.
that is true. That is true.
And that's kind of an important thing in the LCG.
Yeah. Oh, what's this? I have found a random female dwarf in my box. I don't know what she is or where she came from, but she's here.
You?
What is you? She's got a name too. Vistra, dwarf fighter. I don't know. If someone wants to Google that and figure out where she's from. I think my friend Logan gave that to me for some reason. Saw him the other day too. You don't know him, Rudy, but he is a good fellow. And one day, we will bring Jared with us to a convention. You'll get to meet him in person. He is an excellent person.
Oh, sorry, Cat. So yeah, like my Tommy deck ended up being as much of the tank as Monster Killer as possible.
Yeah.
I ran him through Dunwich with Casey and my sister-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Casey was playing Rex as our clue seeker.
Oh, Rex is so good in that campaign. Oh my god.
Which was a nice change of pace because Casey usually does like the blasty things because she doesn't like thinking.
Sure.
And so I was like, here, try doing something about finding clues and let me do the blasting for once.
Yeah.
And she begrudgingly said okay. And then we had Abby, my sister-in-law, playing Akachi.
Oh wow, that's a stacked team. Oh my goodness.
Yes. And my Tommy was just built with like something worth fighting for, like all of the things
Oh
that
my
just
God.
like solemn vows. It was just like, okay, every investigator can dump whatever they want damage-wise onto me if I'm in your location. And it was just, it kept me flush with cash or ammo once I got Becky out, and it was outstanding.
That's so good. I'm loving it. I'm almost out of Null and Oil again. Captain Kirk says, shoot things! Shoot all the things.
Yep, all of them. Yeah, Akachi was built more support. Like, obviously, you get Shriveling or Rite of Seeking
Yeah.
bonuses there, and she can either clue or blast depending on what the situation needed for us. As
Yeah,
well as
that's...
some, like, healing spells and stuff.
Yep. Absolutely. I think that's pretty much exactly how Sammy's got her built.
Yeah. Mystics are great support in that regard. They can... I mean, it depends
They're
on what
so
cards you
versatile.
do, but... What?
They're so versatile.
Yeah. So yeah. I could just sit there and just tank damage all day. Like Solemn Vow is just outstanding because like even if you start with trauma and stuff, it's just like, here, have this and then just send it to me.
Yep. Did you see the, speaking of Fantasy Flight, well, Asmodee products, because I guess it's not strictly Fantasy Flight. Did you see the miniatures I posted for Crisis Protocol?
I did.
How cool are those?
They look good.
I definitely windmilled the email to my boss to say, hey, order these. As soon as they're in the system, order them. I don't understand. Well, okay, I do understand, but I don't like that Asmodee will be like, hey, this thing is coming, but you can't order it yet. Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a store? Still get wrecked. These guys dry a minute, and then we will hit them with a layer. Oh, my hair's getting long again. Darn it. So I told you Chamali and I did shopping for new video card for me the other day.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait until it comes back in stock, and I'm impatient. In the words of Inigo Montoya, I hate waiting. But I give you my word as a Spaniard. I may have those backwards, but whatever. Y'all know the reference.
Yeah.
Oh, like half my body just cracked when I sat up there.
That's no bueno.
No. You go dry. Let's see if number 1 is ready yet. Not quite. Woo! Red Hood Mini go down. Oh, you know what I can do?
What?
Never mind. I was gonna do like metallic buttons on the tuxedos for the Red Hood gang, and then I was like, no, I don't actually think that makes any sense. Black buttons makes more sense here. Not quite ready yet. In the meantime, oh, I know what I can do in the meantime.
Oh,
This anybody want some original artwork? Reset my thingy here. Ready yet? You can try it. That worked. I need Elysian Green. That one. And then Open Camo, I think, is the last one. Yep. Oh, where is you? Where is you? What is you? Why is you? There you is. There you is, J-Tro, there you is. Oh. Okay, that can go away. That can go away. That can go away. So I usually pull up reference images for whatever I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
All of the reference images for the Bloom acolytes are really awful. Although I did find one that's literally exactly the same as what I'm doing, so that's nice. Means I'm on the right track. All right. Are you dry yet? Yes. Mostly. Okay. Cool. So, gray first. It's a bigger area. It's Dawnstone time.
Time to feel ball. See if I'm ballsy enough.
Ball so hard. Ball so hard. Hey, Adam. What's going on, dude? I'm working on Mr. Bloom acolytes. And Broody, go ahead.
I've got Iden Versio from Battlefront.
Right.
It's very tiny. You can't really see it at all, but I free-handed her in Inferno Squadron patch.
Nice.
Was it probably worth the effort? Probably not. But it's there, and I know it's there.
Yeah. He was New 52.
Who's New 52?
Mr. Bloom. Very end of New 52. Snyder Capullo Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't care much for his story arc. Like, it was very whatever. It was like the only Snyder Capullo thing that I didn't care for. But that's all right. Can't win them all, right? Again, no idea. Like, that story arc was entirely forgettable. Didn't work at all. He seems like pretty much a one-off. He plants seeds in people to give them powers. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me now. I guess that's good enough. Something about someone named Precious Precious. That I don't remember at all. Oh, Adam, I don't know if I told you, the timeliness of the release of the Pool Shark artwork was absolutely clutch, because once I was able to show him to my players, and they had a better understanding of what he looks like and what he does, they put him to incredibly good use the other night. I don't want to. I keep teasing this, but I don't want to spoil too much because Trevor and I are going to talk about it on our GMing podcast. But it was awesome. It was so good. Until we have full stats for them, for Hedgelord and Pool Shark and Guys, my players are just using them as D10 lieutenants. But it's working out very well. Basically, I gave them the ability to just kind of order them around, and they'll do their best to follow that order. Much in the same way that you had Ness control Detour in the finale of Valorasque. But they told me to express their gratitude. I'm very excited for the world to hear the podcast that Trevor and I are working on, because it is very cool. Ah. Oh. Crazy eye twitch. Oh, man. What's next on the docket for you, Adam? Right on, right on. Did you ever do Green Goblin? I can't remember. Hello, Winter Soldier, Green Goblin, Ghost Rider, Valkyrie. Right on. Oh, and then then you've got some homebrewed ones as well. That's right. Right. I'm still, now that I've played the Turtles game, I'm kicking myself for not backing that Kickstarter, because that game is sick. But at the same time, can't have them all. And I've got you guys to play with, so there's that.
I just wish I kind of knew what was going on
With the system in general?
Yeah.
Yeah. The few people who were in the chat at the time when we showed off the homebrew stuff yesterday, seemed pretty into it, so. As soon as we get the green light. And Adam, since you were talking about homebrew stuff, I'll bring this guy back out. This is my first draft of a 3D printed Mega Man Zero. It's way too big, obviously, but this is just my rapid prototyping attempt. So this is all done with PLA filament. That's why the sword's all janked up. But once I have the scaled right, I'll print it on the resin printer. I mean, so once I get my recertification paperwork all squared away, that's what I'm going to kind of dive in on. So and assuming the U.S. Postal Service ever gets its button gear and gets me your Last Ronin books, I do have a package coming down to you anyway, so I'd be happy to throw some minis in there too. The Last Ronin books are currently still stranded in Springfield, Massachusetts. I know she is. And let me be perfectly honest with you, Adam, I'm not going to stop her. Vermont is so much a part of my soul. I spent almost every weekend there when I was a kid. Ooh, wow, that went badly wrong. Yeah, I think if it were an option, I think I'd probably move to Vermont at this point in my life. But my teaching license is here and my wife's pharmacy license is here, so there's that. But you should definitely move to Vermont. Vermont's great. Psh, licenses.
Who needs licenses?
Well, operate as a rogue pharmacist. Isn't that just drug dealer? Like,
badges? You don't need those stinking badges.
badgers? Alright. Pharmaceutical Ronin. I love it. I love that. That's fantastic. All right. Ugh. Oh my god. This kombucha is so good. It's the cranberry. Unbelievable. So good. Glad I bought more. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, oh, Flash does that all the time. I don't know if there's an example of Pietro doing it. Yeah.
Of what?
The negative after image speed mirage thing.
Ah.
Oh, the light on? No, okay, it's just dark.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, until like 15 years ago or so, maybe even more recent than that, like, Flash and Quicksilver were like in completely different leagues.
Yeah.
Like, Quicksilver originally was like fast for a human, but still he only topped out at about like 75 miles an hour running.
Right.
Like, Flash from the get-go was like, oh, you need me to break the sound barrier? Okay.
Dawn. Yeah.
Like, Quicksilver was like, I think I can outrun that Ferrari.
Yeah. I think for a while he had 800 to 900, but as in the 90s he absorbed something called isotrope E and became way faster, yeah.
And then he got carried into this and decided to run through time.
Because that's always a good plan. Fastest Tachyon compared to Quicksilver. Uh-oh. Disrespected clock. Cax locks him at Mach 4891 at his fastest. Oh my god. That's very fast. Speaking of Quicksilver, by the way, Adam, I know I kind of shocked you with my hot take on WandaVision last night. I spoke to my buddy John this morning, who always has the ability to set my head straight whenever I've become cranky at a piece of cinema that almost everybody else loves. He reminded me that this show is an examination of grief, and I was like, oh right, I forgot that. So my reaction was a little hasty, I will admit, last night. It just reminded me that I had to view it in a different lens. So yeah, it made more sense, I guess, is the conclusion there. I am very, very excited for more of this story. Let me put it that way. Still not my favorite thing that Marvel's ever produced, but... And it was fun. Like, I enjoyed it. Right, yeah, no, I know. That's what I meant. I am very, very amped for Doctor Strange 2, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay, so this probably isn't going to show up on the camera at all. But Iden Versio
Right, Blink.
has like super, super, super dark brown hair.
Uh-huh.
So I started with a layer of Abaddon Black.
As you should, yep.
Yep. It didn't really show up very well, but I did throw in Agrax Earth Shade as like the wash over it.
Yeah.
And then just dry brushed it with my like really dark chocolate brown color.
Oh, the Vallejo chocolate brown?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so like you get the depth and like just the really dark brown color.
That's awesome.
And it looks really good in person.
It looks pretty good on camera too, on my dad. Ready? Ogren camo highlight here, and the green will be all set. Go, that's one down.
I know you said you don't use it much, but I really love this Necron compound dry brush.
Yeah, I was just saying before you got here, I need to pick some up, like, because I got to do guns and stuff like that. It's just so useful for that sort of thing. Testers makes great stuff. Like, I don't love having... I don't love oil-based paint. Like, it kind of bugs me. But their stuff is good. Extremely good quality. Very specific. Yeah, exactly. I think, honestly, if I were going to use a tester's paint on anything else, I'd just buy separate brushes for that. All right, I'm down to the last little bit. Dry brushing. Start with boots. Because that's quick and easy. Yeah, yeah.
This I don't think will show up on camera either.
Go on.
But for Robot, for his little red glowy eye, I started with Screamer Pink.
Yep.
A really dark pinkish red. Then did Evil Sun Scarlet, leaving most of like the wash into the Screamer Pink, like just the edges.
Yep.
And then just hit it with just a dot of Wild Rider red at the center.
Yep.
So there's like a good fade glow.
Yeah, I do that all the time. It's a great way of painting eyeballs. I did it on a bunch of... I did the Itsy Bitsy Spider Bots from Sentinel Comics roleplay game starter kit.
Nice.
And that is exactly how I did it. I would show them off, but they're out in my car. Alright, I gotta do one final dry brush, and then these guys are out of here.
They've got her rifle here. Painted
Oh,
with that
yeah.
and then highlighted with the Necron. Or not highlighted, but dry brush. Also, for the wash on her face with Reikland Flesh shade, I did more of like the... like instead of doing the full wash over everything, I just kind of like really did the... Just get a little bit on a tiny paintbrush and into the... like the recesses.
Yep. I need to
So,
do
like,
more of that.
Get up some layers. What?
I need to do more of that.
Yeah, I'm really bad about it. I don't do it anywhere near as often as I should.
Yeah. All right, 2 left. One more.
I'm very pleased with this one.
What was that?
I'm very pleased with how this turned out.
Yeah.
I just did the like final little bits of layering and
Yep.
highlighting using the Cadian flesh tone.
Yeah.
It blended really well and got her complexion really well. Because I think the voice actress is Indian.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously like motion capture based the character off of her.
Right. All right. I'm just going to quickly get some... Wasn't she the girl from the League? Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. That's what IMDb is for, Adam. Alright, let's patch up these bases and ship them back to the box. These dumb zombies. Oh, shoot. Gratuitous shot of my hand. Is it? Maybe has everyone listed as voice talent. Janina Gavankar? I do not recognize that name, but I will take your word for it. Marvel as Broody takes a photo.
Yeah, seriously. I may end up having to wait till tomorrow and get better natural lighting.
Yeah. I've got my studio lights in here, so like at least there's that, but... Alright. And I think with that, my job here is done. We got these guys tonight. A little better light there. There we go. It is a little late. This is true.
Just a little.
But some good progress tonight. I'm very happy with how these came out. What do you think, Broody?
Yeah, they look great.
All right.
That Mr. Bloom.
Well, that's
really
Mr.
good.
Bloom Acolyte. Bloom himself. I mean, I might just do Bloom himself next week because it's on my mind. Like, I just know how to do that at this point. But anyway, where the heck is Facecam? There it is. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight, Broody. It is always a pleasure getting to jam paint stuff with you.
Sorry I was late.
Oh no, don't worry about it, man. Just give us time to get more done, and that's what we're here to do. Make things happen. I will be back tomorrow night on the Handle Arbor Games channel, 6 o'clock p.m. for Tales from the Archive. I guess I'm joining Blink for a little while on his channel tomorrow too at some point, TBD. And then I will be back on the Ryugami-san channel for the This Is Difficult podcast, 100th episode tomorrow. Can't wait. Very excited about that. And then I will be back here for Batman Arkham City on Thursday night. And Adam will be joining us on This Is Difficult tomorrow night as well. This is going to be a great episode. We still have no idea what we're doing. But we'll figure it out. We got 24 hours. It's going to be great. No, less than 24 hours, but it's going to be great. Definitely tune in for that. Anyway, Broody, thanks so much for hopping in, man. This has been great. Chat, you're all awesome. Love you very much. Have a wonderful week. Until I talk to you soon. Bye.
See ya.